This is a second part to take a look at of our levels. Look at our histogram for this image up here. Notice again on the right hand side and left hand side there is no pixels in the darkest areas or the lightest areas. So what I'm going to do this time, I'm going to use adjustment layer levels. I'm going to click OK. When you use adjustment level for adjustment layer, it adds it over here in our layers palette. Same dialog box comes up, and as just like an image before, we need to move this black slider over to the left. We're going to move the white slider over to the to the left, the black slider to the right. So what we're trying to do here is just make some adjustments, and the image itself, when we move this over, the black slider over and the white slider, it's still a little bit too dark. And what we want to do here, since it's too dark, we're going to actually move the mid-tone gamma here, and we're going to move it to the left so it lightens it up. Notice what happens. See how it lightens it up? If I go too far, I'm going to get washout. I don't want to go that far. I'm only going to go over to the left a little bit until visibly to the eye it looks as well as what I'm looking for. So all I'm doing here is adjusting the mid-tone gamma here to see what the difference is. And that's it. I click OK. I'm going to undo. And notice how better the contrast and detail is. Now notice the histogram, how it's redistributed. Now we do have certain areas in our image that we have to watch out for that looks like we are flat in. And over here in the darker areas, when we have bigger gaps in between these spikes, that tells us that we are losing detail in those areas. But that area could be, especially back here in the pier, where there's no detail at all, or the sky, where there's nothing in there showing you a different contrast. So this is another step that might help you out. I'm going to give you another one in a second.